Hey, besties.
Hey everybody, semifinals.
Whoop, whoop.
I can't believe it.
I know. I'm like last night. So, first, sorry that we're late. I had family staying at our house last night and was a hermit and locked in the bedroom, focused, locked in on Dancing with the Stars for 2 hours. And I felt like I needed to show my face to my in laws so they continue to like me. So, we're
That's
recording the
all you
next.
can do,
We're
honestly. Just
recording the next day, so my apologies.
that's fine. I lately I feel like I've kind of been needing some time to sleep on it. And then I like it when we stay up late and get it done, but because I like to listen to it the next morning, like many of you, while I'm getting ready for work or like on my way to work or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like lately I've just needed a couple extra hours to think on it.
To sit, to hold it and sit with it and figure out how you're feeling.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm just in my hater era this year, and I usually am not. So I feel like I needed some time to kind of gather my thoughts to not sound like such a hater.
No, I'm with you. And it's always nice to have a second to like rewatch dances. And
Yes.
I think that helps because like it is kind of overwhelming. Like, I can't, I know we dump on the judges quite a bit, but like, I can't imagine taking all of that and
Quickly,
in
yeah.
one sitting and being able to talk about it and dissect it. So, um, it when you're watching it live, like I'm either immediately wowed or I'm immediately like, eh.
Yeah.
So when I go back and rewatch, I like have I'm able to make a better opinion,
A
I
clear
think.
picture, a more clear
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. So, sorry that we're late. We're gonna get this out today. But yeah, it's a little bit later than normal. So, and next week will probably be late as well because it's gonna be a 3-hour finale.
Yeah, I don't know if I see us getting that one out.
I can guarantee you that we will not be getting that one out the same night because
We also operate on different time zones because Katie is in Central Time and I'm on Eastern Time. So it's always difficult trying to figure out when we can get it done. But it'll be 11 p.m. when the show wraps at my house.
yeah,
So that's pretty crazy.
yeah, we're working girlies, so
Yeah,
just
literally.
can't do that. But yeah, semifinals overall, I was so pleased. I wish you said this to me today, but I am going to repeat it now as if it's my own thought. I wish that last week's episode had been a lot more like this because I feel like last night really cleared up kind of where I stand with each of the competitors that are left.
Yes, I am right there with you. I feel like that's why last week's second half of the night felt like such a wash because this is what it could have been. We really could have seen two good performances from everyone.
Right. And I think it not only did it help us like figure out kind of where everybody kind of falls in the pecking order of like as
Mm-hmm.
far as talent goes, but like it's also a lot more fun to to me anyway to see these people come out with something that they've prepared and really make it their own, which you just aren't able to do in a 5-minute instant dance challenge. So
Right. I feel like, there were a couple or one person really who struggled, but I feel like it was a successful night overall for
yeah,
everyone.
definitely. This was one of my favorite episodes of this season.
It was just so good. Everyone was just on their A game last night.
And I will say that out of like, I can't remember a season probably ever because with Dancing with the Stars, you get people from kind of all backgrounds, all different age ranges. And so they're not necessarily, they're more, I guess, cliquey, not in an ugly way, but you
Yeah,
just kind of gravitate more towards like people that are similar to you. But this group, I feel like they really are all so close. And that makes it really, really fun too.
I feel that for sure. There's not as strong of a divide.
Right. So,
Is it time?
before we get in, let's just do our shameless plug here. Hi, if you are new here, welcome aboard. We're so glad to have you. Please take a moment to follow us on social media. We're on TikTok and Instagram at Talk Dirty Dancing to Me. And also, if you want a place to watch the show live and have a conversation with other folks who love Dancing with the Stars, join the Facebook group that we're a part of called From Lynn the 10 DWTS. We have a live chat every week where we all kind of talk about our thoughts and feelings, and it's really fun. And yeah, the more the merrier. So I think
Come
that's it.
on over. Come on over to the Facebook group. It's a great time.
It really
Okay.
is. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Time to dump in. Okay. We have first Chandler and Brandon. They had a salsa to spicy margarita by Jason Derulo and Michael Bublé. Oh my God, Michael Bublé. But before we start, I meant to say each couple performed a new style, and then everyone also performed a Latin style dance. So Chandler and Brandon started us off with their Latin dance, and that was their salsa.
Yes. Okay. So before we talk about this dance, let's just have a quick little conversation about Chandler and Brandon, because they were the talk of the town this past week, which is bizarre to me, but everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So
Even
I
if
just
it's
want
wrong, which
right.
which we love to say, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. So no matter where you fall on the scale of loving Chandler, her not being your mirror ball champion, whatever, we all have our favorites for our own reasons, and that's totally fine. But when you start making personal like going out of your way to find someone online and leave nasty comments and be hateful and just be a shitty person, like there's no place for that anywhere. Like we're not doing that. If you don't like her or if you don't want her to win, that's totally fine, no big deal. You don't have to vote for her. That's literally it. And then you can sit there quietly while she dances and hate all of them if you want. But there's just no need for all of this, like, we're going to vote for everyone but her. It's like
Yeah.
a campaign to, like, get her kicked off of the show. And I just feel like that's so odd.
For
Especially,
Chandler, it's odd.
yeah, she hasn't done anything wrong. And, like,
No.
as far as dance experience, like, I mean, y'all know me and Madeline typically prefer the underdogs, the folks who come on and just kind of become dancers. And she started off an amazing dancer.
With some skill. Yeah, it's like
Yes.
some skill, but she's not a ballroom trained dancer. And we've had so many other people that I really feel you can hang your hat on, okay? Charlie D'Amelio. You can hang your hat on that woman was a trained dancer and that she had a majorly unfair advantage, because I also think Charlie had some ballroom dance experience. Then we had, whoever else,
JoJo.
We had JoJo Siwa, who obviously had an extensive dance background. And I get that. Like, hang your hat on them being trained dancers, whatever. But Chandler is really not giving trained dancer, in my opinion. I mean, they even kind of alluded to it last night, like showing some pictures of her from when she's a kid. Maybe they should have done it sooner. I don't know. But she's also just like, hey, I didn't dance like this growing up. I danced growing up, but I didn't dance like this growing up. And I'm just enjoying it. And she's really just good, guys. She's been good since day one. And I don't know. It's like I think we just got to move off of the trained dancer part and just be like, if you don't like her and you don't want her to win, whatever. But that's it. Like, that's it. She's probably not going to win. Like
No,
with
no.
this, with what I'm seeing online, like the online climate, I don't think that she's undeserving at all. I actually think she's very deserving of winning. But I don't know, this weird kind of coup being staged against her, whatever. Do your thing, vote for who you want to vote for, but I truly don't believe Chandler is a trained, quote unquote, trained dancer here.
And even if she is a quote unquote trained dancer, there's no reason to be ugly online to her, Brandon, or each other.
Or Briley.
Yeah, everybody just shut your mouth and be nice.
Okay, I love that. Perfect. Perfect way
Okay.
to move on to her incredible dancing. So, Salsa to Spicy Margarita by Jason Derulo and Michael Bublé.
Okay. I feel like, oh my gosh, my cat is sniffing my microphone. Oliver, please.
Please back away, sir.
This is a professional environment. I feel like this dance was the epitome of trying too hard. And I think that this is more on Brandon and his choreography than it is on their performance. So we've talked about how some people, Danny, are better at lifts than others. And Brandon and Chandler, I think they're too similar in height and her legs are so long that it's really hard for them to make their lifts look effortless and smooth.
Yeah.
And I feel like this choreography, I wanted to see a lot more. Like, this is exactly what Derek said. I wanted to see more salsa content, like actual dancing, because her dancing is my favorite thing.
Right.
She's so good. It's not like Danny where he struggles and you need lifts to kind of distract or like make an impact because the dancing isn't the best.
Right.
She is like such a good dancer. So I was like, why are we doing all of these lifts? So I think the choreography really hindered their performance. But I mean, it's Chandler and Brandon. Of course, it wasn't bad. It just, of all the dances I've seen from her, this was not towards the top of the list for me.
I loved her outfit. I thought it was super, like, she just looked so cute out there. I loved, like, her hair getting in on the action of the dance. Spicy, fun, beautiful. To me, some of the moves felt more rushed than she usually than she usually puts out there. I think it was the song. I think it was, like, Brandon again throwing a lot of choreography at her. So I didn't think it was perfect, but again, we talk about that curse of going first, and I really just kind of feel like had this one maybe been towards the middle, maybe I would have thought differently. I really don't know. I watched it again today, and I kind of agreed with my notes from last night. I feel like every part of the dance was really good, except I felt that the end was a little rushed and a little messy. Like, I didn't really get the last 8 count in the last lift. Like, I could have just done without that part, but it was fun. I mean, they moved across that dance floor, and she's a contender for the mirror ball. So that's how I felt about it. But her scores. So she got a 10 from Carrie Ann, a 9 from Derek, and a 10 from Bruno for a total of 29 out of 30.
That was fine to me. I could have done 2 9s, but I mean, it's fine. I thought it was good. I think she can do better, and I think she did do better later. But
Agree.
after her, we got.
Also,
Go ahead.
Sorry. Were you going to say Jason?
I was gonna say
Oh
Jason.
my God. Same wavelength. I've literally been like chomping at the bit to say his name. I was literally I'm about to go there, but I want to hear what you have to say about him.
The king who never was, Jason.
Oh my God, this man! I like bet money that he would wear a fedora all year last year, and he didn't. And you know what? This man showed up in last night a damn fedora. Fedora count 2 last night.
Oh my God, I was dying. I was like, damn, he must have known about Fedora Gate because he came out and was flexing on you. He was like, oh, you mean one of these? This whole thing?
Literally. Okay. Then, after Jason graced us with his presence, we had Joey and Jenna Foxtrot to I Won't Dance.
Every time I hear the title of this song, I think of that song with Corbin Bleu and Lucas Grabeel. Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
From High School Musical 2.
Yeah.
where he's doing I Don't Dance.
Literally.
And so that's like I couldn't tell you what this song sounds like at all because I cannot like make it stick in my brain because that other one is living there.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I didn't like the beginning of this. I thought it was a waste of time. I did like the sexy jazz lounge vibes, and like when he was sitting there by himself, but I wish they had just gotten up and started the dance instead of getting up and then sitting back down. And then RIP to Jenna's cup. That poor coupe glass just took a tumble. I thought his frame was so good last night. I thought I finally believed them together because I felt like he was really connecting with this. He was feeling himself, the emotion on his face. He was performing it full out. I really enjoyed it as a whole, but I think that there were moments that I like actively stood out to me. Like at one point I noticed, I was like, oh my gosh, he has pretty hands. Like he's got graceful hands. And then the next like camera shot, he's got Tico the squirrel hands, like straight pointed angles,
Yeah.
And then his footwork, he had a couple of spots where I was like, was that correct? Like it just didn't look as clean as we've seen him before. And it also didn't feel new. Although I did finally believe their chemistry because I think the like little acting, I guess, that he was doing in this finally hit for me. But it was just kind of a fine dance. It was good. It was okay.
It was very fine. I think I was excited to see Joey be excited to get in frame because I knew that it would kind of, I don't know, it would just be something different that we hadn't seen in a couple weeks. The beginning was very awkward. The couch scene was just weird to me. I didn't feel like we needed that part of the story for this dance. I just want to see Joey dance because he's good at it. But then as this dance kept going, I was like, this is so awkward. It just felt awkward to me. It felt kind of stiff for me. I didn't feel like his hands looked good ever. I love Joey's performance quality and his charisma, but I really did not like this dance. And I even wrote in the chat last night, like, let me watch it without the music on. Because I felt like the music was so distracting for the style and like the vibe they were going for. So I watched it again today without the music. I still really didn't love it. And I don't know. This is where I was thinking I'm in my hater era because I kind of have some feelings about Joey. And I need to preface this with, Joey has been amazing since day one, since the first night of the show. The way he made me feel in that opening cha-cha, I haven't felt like that again since watching him. And I know that's kind of crazy, but I feel like he really wowed me then. And I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to be wowed by him again. He's been consistently good since week 1, 2, 3, 4, but I really don't feel I've seen a lot of growth from Joey. I feel like you could have showed me that dance last night and I would have been like, oh, that could have been his week 3 dance. That could have been his week 4 dance. Like, I don't feel like Joey is the best one left. And I think a lot of people think Joey is the best one left. I don't think Joey's the best one left, but that's my personal opinion.
You think he peaked early?
Yeah, I think Joey peaked early. I just don't think Joey he's not wowing me anymore. Like, and I was excited for his paso later, which I think was better than his foxtrot, but still I was like, okay, this is just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think that I don't have, like, I think a lot of people love Joey from The Bachelor, and I love Joey. I didn't watch The Bachelor, but I love Joey. But I feel like a lot of people love Joey for that too, and that's carried over into why they love him so much here. Which can be said about a lot of the other stars too, but with Joey, I'm like, I don't know, I'm just really not seeing like mirror ball trophy right now.
Yeah, it feels complacent, but not bad.
And this dance got a perfect score, and it was the only perfect score of the night, and that is just crazy. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like I'm going to go on a rampage later, but like, I feel like the men have been overscored and the women have been consistently underscored all year. And this was an example to me of like, that dance was not a perfect score dance.
Yeah, and I agree, and we'll talk about it a little bit later as well. Like, I've said this a gazillion. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Sometimes having a technically good dance doesn't mean that you had a great performance. And like, I feel like other people who maybe didn't dance technically as well outperformed him by a mile last night.
Yeah.
Like, his performance value is not nearly as strong as other people that are left in the competition, but he's technically a good dancer. And I love him as well. So this is no shade.
And I do too. Like, of course, I love every single one of these people personally. Okay. I genuinely would jump in front of a train for honestly all of them, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
But with Joey, I can see, like, I can admit when I'm biased. Okay. There's another star left that I can admit that I'm biased towards. Joey, though, I don't have the Joey bias, and I'm so sorry to everyone who does have the Joey bias, but like, I just don't have it, and I can kind of recognize like that he's not perfect, and I don't think a lot of people can recognize he's not perfect. Sorry,
but we love
sorry
him
to
anyway.
those of you who think he's perfect. You are entitled to that opinion.
I think it just is so shitty that this got the only perfect score of the night because it didn't feel like a perfect score to me.
Oh, and one more thing, I need to end on a pro for Joey. He's not a dancer, and he's really shining in this type of competition. So
yeah,
I love the, like, we love the underdog thing.
He just like found his secret talent that he didn't know he had, and I love that.
And he has it.
But really quick, Derek said this was the best male celebrity foxtrot he's seen
It's
on the
so
show.
insane. Sorry,
What?
that's wrong.
Dana Jewel, which I hope I said that right. Dana, sorry if I didn't. She said is the best foxtrot in the room with us.
Yeah.
I was like,
No.
am I just like missing something? Because I liked it fine. Like I liked it more than you did, but I didn't. It didn't wow me like perfect score wow me. It was just very. It was good and it was solid, but it was forgettable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a crazy take by Derek, but we like the positivity.
We
So
do. We love the positivity. Okay, next up, Alona and Alan had their paso to unholy.
oh my shit.
It was so good.
This was crazy. Like, so I was really getting to a point, and we said this last week too. Like, it was time for Alona to put up or shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And last week I was like, okay, she can do this. Like, her quick step was so good. And
Yeah.
I was like, tonight, the semifinals, she's got to show up and show out, okay? Like, we need to see this because, I mean, she's going to get the votes no matter what. But it just sucks, like, when someone wins based on votes, but they've had no improvement, a la Bobby Bones.
Right.
And I would hate for her to have that, like, tarnish of, like, yeah, you won the mirror ball, but you didn't get any better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, please let this just absolutely slay the house down. She looked so sexy, so amazing. Her confidence was through the roof. She worked that skirt like a pro. I literally had full body chills. Her frame was amazing. The shaping was so beautiful. She looked so wonderful. There were a couple like teeny tiny
Yes.
glitches with the feet. I saw them,
Yes.
but the
Yes.
performance as a whole literally knocked my socks off. Like, this is the performance quality that we're talking about. Like, Joey danced better than her. Yeah, sure. She performed the shit out of this, and it was a wow. It was a moment. It was a whole vibe. Alan choreographed the shit out of this. I loved the troupe. It was amazing. I loved that she got to have her sexy badass moment.
Mm-hmm.
I am obsessed with this. Inject this directly into my veins. Like 1,000 out of 10, no notes. I love that the judges not only gave her flowers, but Alona also like gave herself some props and
Yes.
was
I
like,
love her.
she's like, I'm getting pretty good at this. And I was like, hell yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
I cannot say enough good things about this dance. I'm rambling. I'm so sorry. I just like this was so, so iconic. This was everything. The song, the costuming, the performance, just, oh, chef's kiss.
I would like to issue a quick formal apology that I hope I don't have to rescind in the future, but costuming, I'm so sorry for saying that you're not good at some of your, designs, but I really feel this is your best design all season. The fit you had Alona in. She stepped right into her power in that dance last night. That was her dance. She owned the dance floor. I was watching her the whole time. A lot of times in a paso, you're watching the matador. You're watching the man in his little, cut off motorcycle jacket, like whatever.
His bolero jacket.
Yes. But this was sexy and sensual. I feel like it was her best dance of the year. So good. I loved every second of it. And I know exactly what you're talking about. There were a couple times where it was like she was being so powerful that she was like losing her footing. But that was all I saw. So for the scores, she got a 9 from Kirian, a 10 from Derek, and a 9 from Bruno.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, she got that 10 from Derek. I was so lit. Dude, I could have run through a wall after this. I was like, let's go, baby. I was ready to fight someone. I was so pumped up. And then to just get the scores that she deserves. I think this should have been 2 10s at least. With Joey getting a perfect score before her. I think this was a perfect score, but whatever.
Yeah.
But her getting a 10 from Derek made it all feel real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like it was underscored, but it was, I think, it was her second best score of the season. She's also gotten a 28 before. So it was a good solid score for her. I do think it could have been a little higher though.
Yeah, because this is one of those dances that lives in history.
It was a
Like,
moment. Her
it was
lines, oh
it
my
was
God,
such a vibe. Such a vibe.
was
Oh my God.
so freaking good. Okay,
Yeah.
next up, Danny and Whitney. They had a Viennese Waltz to Gravity by John Mayer.
So they're talking about how he's the underdog, the dark horse, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's the underdog because I want to be under him, dog. I said that in the chat, and I think it was Haley Jean. It was like seeing this comment come from you, where it's like a picture of you and your
Yes.
husband at your wedding. I was like, oh, just pretend that's not happening.
Katie said quiet. No, you said quiet your
I
voice.
said, please lower your voice, ma'am.
Yes, lower your
Um,
voice.
so I thought his frame was really, really, really strong here. And I think he's had a pretty good frame all season. Like his upper body does very well.
Yeah, his upper body's not really my complaint with him.
No, I think that the fog department might have slipped him a couple extra 20s. They were like, hey, hide some of this shit for me, big dog.
Pump that machine with the dry ice, baby. Do it now. Like,
yeah, hide my dogs. Okay, so frame was great as always. I thought the storyline was weird. I didn't get where we were going with the door. Like, I know the song, I know the lyrics, I understand.
yes, at one point when he did the pull up, like,
I know. I was like, what is this, Total Gym? Like, it was just very strange, but whatever, it's fine.
It's
Artistic
Danny,
liberty.
it's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. Okay, his footwork. Oh, buddy, it wasn't the worst. Okay. It was not the best by any means. This was very middle of the road. This should have been a middle of the season dance. I felt like there was a minute where he was straight up just like walking around, just like strolling about.
Like no intention. Like some moments with just no intention in the movie.
Literally, he could just be bebopping down the street, like with his feet. And I love Danny. Like I would like maybe a Danny apologist. So this is big,
and that's fine. And that's
a big
fine.
deal coming from me. But I can see. I have eyes. Okay. So I agree with the judges that he was also missing some of the emotion and musicality in this dance. It didn't feel like a connection, really. It just, I don't know. I wanted this to be a lot more than it was. But at the end of the day, it was still a solid performance. But it was definitely one of the weakest of the night.
Yeah. So I think overall, it was just stiff. But what I liked about it is that I could tell he was working really hard and trying really hard to get into the emotion of it. I could see it that he was like trying to act it out. I like that he's doing more. I liked seeing him do more footwork, even though it wasn't great, but he was still out there trying.
Definitely.
I noticed a few more of those hand misses where he's like just putting his hand in the wrong place. But I mean, I feel like that's just nerves too. And they did have a challenge this week where they had to learn 2 full dances in 1 week, which is just crazy. So I wasn't like holding everyone to insanely high standards, but this like, it wasn't great, but it did pleasantly surprise me. I did like it more than I thought I would. I did actually watch Danny in this dance, unlike the next one. But I don't know. It wasn't great. He got all 9s. I feel like it could have gotten an 8. I feel like they were a little generous here, but, good for Danny. He got all 9s.
Yeah. It was fine. But hey, I love Danny. So.
And that is fine. So after Danny and Whitney, then we had a intermission, like a little, it was a kind of a sneak peek of what the tour is going to be like.
It was like a showcase of the pros.
It was a routine choreographed by Mandy Moore to Greedy acoustic version by Tate McRae. What did you think about the cover here?
I couldn't tell you anything about the dance because I was so horrified by that painful cover of Tate McRae.
Tate would not be I feel like Tate would not love that. I would have loved Tate to be there instead.
Dude, at first I was like, oh, ew. And then it was painful because it kept going. It went on for like a solid minute.
Did you know Tate McRae was on So You Think You Can Dance?
No, I didn't know
I
that.
did not know that until literally right now. She is a Canadian singer, songwriter, and dancer. At the age of 13, she was the first Canadian finalist on the American reality TV show So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Kudos.
Queen, I wish you would have been here. Come compete. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's get more
Hey.
trained dancers on the show,
No,
please.
no. Yeah, I also like I was so distracted and then the way, I don't know if it was the camera blocking or what, but like I couldn't tell if they were trying to do like a ripple effect with the choreography because sometimes it just
Oh,
looked like a mess.
uh-huh.
It wasn't bad. They all danced beautifully, but I just like was there was too I was overstimulated.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was a fun little fact, fun little intermission. Okay. Right after that, we had Stephen and Riley had their cha-cha-cha to, I'm going to butcher this, Baliar?
Bailar?
Bailar. I knew you would correct me. Bailar.
My other toxic trait, besides being in the marching band in high school, is that I studied abroad in college and won't
You're so
shut the fuck
smart.
up about it.
I love that about you. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought this was such a vibe. Curly hair Steve.
He's so
Love
precious.
love him. I love Steven. I love Steven and Riley. I love this partnership. Um, I was so sad that
Yeah.
this is how this dance turned out. Obviously, we know that, like, I would say for the majority of the competition, Joey and Chandler have been the top of the pack, like, heads above the rest. So,
Yeah.
like, Danny, Steven, and Alona have kind of been what's left, and not in a bad way. They're all still very good, but it's not as natural for any of them, I don't think.
Right.
And so there are some dances that they just can't, like, it's just not for them. And that's totally fine. Unfortunately, one of Steven's was the cha-cha, and it was at the semifinals. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, God, no. Like, this one was
Yeah.
physically painful to me to watch. Like, I was cringing because I just, if I could have willed it into being good,
I would have. Yeah.
I thought that this felt like a week 3 dance, and I was so sad.
If
and
that. If that. Yeah.
and it wasn't for lack of effort, and there were good moments,
For sure.
but it just as a whole was not it. The heel slide was awesome.
The
But
costumes, cute.
Okay.
I thought they were cute.
he looked silly, but not bad. Riley looked amazing. I wish that this had been better, and I would have given anything if I could to make it be better.
Same.
But I liked that Derek and all the judges tonight were like really positive, especially after the first round. Like, even if somebody like had something they could have improved or they had some critiques for them, they were like, don't worry about it, brush it off. You have one more dance. Bruno said Steven was like a kid in a candy store, and I was like, shit. Like,
I know.
it was not his best by any means. This was a tough one to get through, but he just has the best attitude, and I would die for this man.
Yeah, I feel like they are just perfectly paired. They just match energy. They match joy. They're having fun. I'm still having fun watching him, even though I'm right there with you the whole time. It's like you clench your butt cheeks because you're just like, babe, please, God, get on beat, you know? I was texting you about it. I said his little tush and tiny biceps were doing the best they could. And big biceps, tiny tush in this routine.
No, tiny booty, big
tiny
biceps.
booty, big biceps. He was, okay. I agree with everything you said. I'm not going to rehash it. Everybody who watched it, you know. But here's what I love about Steven. When he was getting told by the judge, he knew he did a bad job, okay? He knew. And when the judges were like telling him, he just like sits there and he's like so giddy. He's clapping. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do better the next round. I'm ready for the next round. Like, I am excited to do the next round. I'm just out here trying my best. I love dance. I just want to stay next week. I really, really, really want to go to the finale. He's like taking everything with a smile. He's not letting it get him down. And a lot of other people, I think if they would have gone out and done that performance and gotten the scores that Steven got, spoiler alert, he gets a
2 8s and
two
a
8s
9.
and a 9. Shockingly, he got a 9 from Bruno. But he goes out there, he gets an 8, and he's like, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to go out here and do the next part. And I don't know, there's just something about him. You can't not root for him. You just cannot not root for him.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm proud of him. He is so not a dancer. He has the least amount of musicality of everyone. The other thing I loved at the beginning that I wrote is he transformed into a hottie at the beginning. Like I was believing the very, very beginning of it. And then as soon as he really started the dancing is when it kind of like, whoa, went down.
Kind of dipped.
And another thing I'll say about Riley is, you can say, what you want about Steven, like he's really not that great of a dancer, but Riley, I've said this all season, she gives him content. She doesn't hide him. She doesn't have to hide behind him. She really just like lets him go out there and try to do his best. And I really respect her for that. Like giving him a challenge and like just hoping he meets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love them. And I do, before we move on to round 2, I just want to point out something. I didn't screenshot this, so I'm really sorry. I don't remember who said this, but somebody in the Facebook group commented and they were like, I really wish that they had talked more about Steven's vision and Danny's like nuts and bolts holding him together. Like not like made it a whole thing, but like just mentioned it to give the viewers some context as to like maybe not like it's a really fine line, like because if you do it too much, then you're making excuses. If you don't do it at all, people don't know. Because I feel like people would be more willing to give you grace if, like, they understood, like, oh, this man is literally halfway to being the Tin Man. Like,
oh, yeah.
Or like, Steven literally cannot see without his glasses. He has no depth perception, so how are you going to dance? Like,
oh, yeah.
I just feel like the context is super relevant in a physical competition like this, so...
Oh, 100%. If I had bolts for joints and blind, it would be my whole personality. Like, that's one thing you can credit these men with is that they're not complaining. These athletes, these 2 athletes who, like, they're like, whatever. I mean, it hasn't held me back before. Why is it going to hold me back now? But if it was me out there, I'd be like, oh, no. Like, poor pitiful me. I can't see at all. That's why I was off. Be nice to me, judges. You know what I mean? Vote for me. But, like, no, I love that. I love that about them. But I'm right there with you. I do wish we knew a little bit more because obviously poor Steven, he can't see.
Yeah, and that'll come up in just a minute. But like, I think people appreciate the context of like why maybe some people are struggling a little bit more without turning it into a whole thing. Which, like I said, that's a super, super fine line. So I mean, I get it. And like, luckily we did have so many forms of media outside of the show this season to consume, which is where we found out a lot of this. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting point, and I agreed. I wanted to see kind of what you thought.
Love that tidbit about them. Okay, for the second round, Chandler and Brandon started us off with their foxtrot to Too Sweet.
I loved everything about this. Green is her color. The gloves, fantastic. The set was giving one of Lisa Vanderpump's restaurants.
Yes, I just saw. That's so funny you say that. I wrote that in my notes.
Me too.
And we didn't even talk about this one. I was just in Vegas, and I would walk by her cocktail lounge or whatever in Caesar's Palace, and that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, it literally, because we're looking at going to Vegas next year, so I was looking up stuff because we loved Vanderpump Rules, and so I was like, what if we go to Lisa Vanderpump's place? And I was looking at it online. As soon as I saw the set, I was like, oh my God.
Do it. I wanted to go one night so bad, but the line was just so long.
Lisa Vanderpump, if you're listening, we love you.
Yeah.
Also, Lisa Vanderpump, if you're listening, I sent you a wedding invitation and you didn't send me anything back.
Maybe, you never know. Maybe she'll meet up with you.
Maybe. We did get an autographed picture of Adam Sandler back from him, though.
Wait, what? That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
That is so cool. Speaking of, he should do the show.
He'd be
good on the show.
He'd
be really good on the show.
Okay, this was... So they kept talking about during their salsa, they were like, it's sexy, salsa club, like it's sexy, sexy, sexy was the vibe they were going for. And it didn't feel sexy to me. This, on the other hand, this was so sensual, so sexy, so silky, smooth. Oh my God. This is my favorite dance of the season for her.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's up there for me.
Her Viennese Waltz from Halloween is a close second, but like her lines made me die. Like, it was gorgeous. You could have taken a picture at any moment in this dance and it would have been art, like frameable in your home. I think Brandon absolutely ate this choreo up. This slayed the house down. I loved it so much. And before we talk about the judging, you talk about what you thought about it because I'm about to be pissed off.
um, I feel like where I'm seeing that I love Chandler the most is in these slower dances and these dances in frame. And I think it's because her and Brandon just naturally, they look so good together. And this dance was choreographed perfectly for Chandler. I think her Halloween dance was better than this one, but this is a close second or maybe third for me. I enjoyed every single second of it. Beautiful, talented. She gave us that emotion. She gave it to us. I've been wanting it all year. She served it up to me on a silver platter, and I loved it. It was perfection.
Yeah, it was so good. So,
Her scores.
ugh,
9 from Carrie Ann, 10 from Derek, and a 10 from Bruno.
So, okay, let's talk about it. We know that Carrie Ann is the lift police, and that's fine. That's her shtick, totally fine. However, she hasn't really enforced it at all this season.
No, she has not.
So, for her to pick right now to decide to be back on brand as the lift police really pissed me off because, and I saw both of them when they happened.
Me too.
I saw her feet come off the floor, which, God, it's so hard. And, like, you're not even really in control when you're being spun like that. Like, so
yeah, because I get spun around like that all the time, so
right,
I would know.
I know from personal experience that it's not as easy as it looks, guys. But like I saw both of them, so she had a point. Like, I can't knock her for that. She had a point, and if lifts aren't allowed and your feet come off the ground, okay, fair. However, this is not, it hasn't been consistent all season, so for it to come out right now, I was really pissed off because this dance was so perfect to me. I just, it really, really rubbed me the wrong way. I loved that Derek did give Brandon his flowers at this point. He was like, this is the best season you've had. Like, y'all are a great partnership. Like, she makes you better. Like, it was so, like, wholesome and pure. And I was so, so happy for Brandon to get the recognition that he deserves. And, like, because he's been robbed, I feel like, so many times in the past. But I also agree that, like, this partnership is what's making him even better than he already was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about the...
So I'm right there with you. I feel as though Chandler danced circles, miles, worlds around Joey's foxtrot.
Yes.
And I feel that also in Joey's foxtrot, there is a moment where Jenna does a quote-unquote lift. Carrie Ann wrote in a post on Facebook back in 2017 where she cites, all these National Dance Association rules, and she says, a lift is any time that the partner's 2 feet are off the ground at the same time with the assistance of the partner. And it's like, okay, well, if you're still applying that definition, then what Joey and Jenna did earlier was also a lift, and you gave them a 10. So it's like, and like, I hate being this person. I hate being this girl that I'm about to be, but I'm so sick and tired of these women on the show having to try so much harder and do so much more. Like, because I'm also going to say this. I feel in ballroom dancing and in this show, it's harder to be the woman, to be the star, to be the woman star, because in ballroom dancing, unlike a lot of other areas of life, women are put on the front. Like, that's who you're mostly watching when you're watching a ballroom dance. And Chandler really did. I would say it was more of a non-traditional foxtrot, like, I guess with like the mood of it all, because a lot of foxtrots are kind of like slow, more, not goofy's not the right word, but a lot more energetic, I guess. I felt like this one was sultry, sensual, sexy, whatever. But I don't know, like, I just feel like that was unjust, especially to all of a sudden decide you're gonna bring your rules back. And then she tells Brandon, like, no, I've been telling people this all season. Or he kind of took it as...
She said, I've told you this before. And he's like, me?
He's like, you have never told me. But then, I guess she's citing back to when she told Brooks and Glob that they were doing lifts when they weren't supposed to. But, like, who even remembers that time? I mean, I can't even believe that was the same season. But anyway, I don't want to stay on it too long because I just start to get so frustrated. But I feel as though that was an unjust comparison because Joey and Jenna also did a lift and got a perfect score on a dance that was not perfect. And then Chandler and Brandon performed a perfect dance and did not get a perfect score, citing back to a lift that Joey and Jenna also did. So
Yeah.
that's my soapbox. I'm off of it now. Whatever. She deserved a perfect 30 here, but she didn't get it. And whatever. I got to move on from that.
Yeah. Justice for Chandler.
Justice for Chandler. Okay, next up, Joey and Jenna, they had their paso to come together.
This was a weird song choice to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved his fit.
Loved.
He looked amazing. I thought every moment where he was kind of on his own, he looked awkward. Not in a like glaring way, but it just didn't look as, I guess, impressive as like other
Pasos.
things we've seen from him. Yeah, I don't know. There was so much content in this. It was very well executed, but there were moments where it didn't feel, and it never gave me the wow factor again. And I hate saying that because I really do love Joey and he didn't do anything wrong. It just didn't hit for me. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel like it's because I wrote this in my notes. I wanted so much from this dance and I had very high expectations. I do think he delivered well. I don't think this was a bad dance from him by any means. I loved it much more than I liked his foxtrot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was sexy. He looked strong. The very beginning, though, I'm going to say the very beginning, he was off count. He literally overstepped the lights shining on him because he was so ahead of what he practiced in camera blocking. You could even tell because Jenna was located, like Jenna wasn't moving and Joey was like completely off his mark. So I think the beginning threw him off. However, there were some very, very strong moments in this dance. The part where he did the knee slide and then jumped from his knees and hit the, whatever you want to call it, hit the pose. I feel like I know that term, but it is just not coming to mind right now.
Hit the quan.
Yes, he hit the quan in the paso. But you know what I mean? Like there was one moment where I was like, okay, I'm back in. But
yeah.
This one, I kind of like, he would lose me at times and then get me right back in. I thought that the theatrics were kind of lacking. I feel like there could have just been more here. And it didn't really deliver as much as I wanted to. However, it was a good dance.
I feel like the character he played in the Foxtrot was better than the character he played in the Paso. The Paso was more impressive and I liked it better, but I feel like he looked like he was just doing the steps in this one.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But it was still
I'm right there with you.
Joey is not going to have a bad dance. Like, I don't see that for him at all. Like, everything he does, even if it's not my favorite, I still know that it's really good. Like,
yeah.
And I love Joey, and I would be happy, I would be thrilled if any of these people win the Mirror Ball because they're all great in their own right, and I love them all as people, and, Joey's no exception. I just, for the semifinals, when we had some other people like really bringing the house down, I was underwhelmed with him.
And when you've been consistently so good the whole season, why are you not wowing me at the semifinals?
Right.
That's like, and then it feels like an impossible standard because then I listen to myself and I'm like, everyone who's listening to me is going to think like, oh, well, I mean, he's been good from the beginning. Like he can't get that much better. But I'm like, yeah, he can. There's still stuff he's not doing.
Yeah, because Chandler has been amazing from the beginning as well. And tonight she wowed us. Carrie Ann even made a point to her. She was like, you've continued to grow the whole season. And I feel like Joey is maybe like at a plateau point.
No offense, right Joey, but you still have very flat feet. Okay?
He does.
So, yeah. Anyway, he got a 9 from Carrie Ann, a 10 from Derek, and a 9 from Bruno.
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, moving on. Alona and Alan, they had a Viennese waltz to Golden Hour.
Now, this song was great for this.
Mm-hmm.
Her frame is so good. Again, I said that for her first dance, but it really is. Like, she just looks amazing. She was literally glowing. Like, she was beaming. She looked beautiful. I'm so proud of her. Like, she looked so graceful and elegant, and I I loved it. It was so different that like you could not pick two more opposite dances for her to
Yeah.
do, and she nailed both of them to me. I thought this was stunning. I was amazed. Like, you see, like, she's talked about all season kind of how she struggles with the more like feminine, like, graceful. She's like, I run over people for a living. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so just seeing her nail this totally different side of her was so amazing. And I just loved it. I felt the emotion in this. And I think a lot of it is because their partnership is so strong and they have so much trust in each other. And it's just like they looked overjoyed doing the dance, and that's kind of all I could focus on was like the joy that they were experiencing, and it like translated directly to me. I felt like I smiled the whole time.
Yeah, I really believe their chemistry. I believe their friendship. I think Alona's biggest problem the whole season has been looking graceful and easy. Is the ambulance coming to your house?
I don't know if they'll be able to hear that,
Did you
but
call 911?
welcome to Memphis, baby.
So grace and ease, I feel like, has been one of her biggest struggles is to make these dances look easy. She made this dance look so effortless. And okay, so I think I will come out and say I see myself and identify as an Alona apologist. Whereas I do not think Alona can do much wrong. And so I'm prefacing this with that. I I don't, but I can also acknowledge that I don't think that Alona has as many steps as some of the other people. Okay. I don't think she has as much choreo in some dances as the others did tonight. I think like Chandler probably did like 2.5% more, or like 20.5%, whatever. She did double the choreography some than Alona. I'm so bad at math. I don't even know why I tried. Um, and but what she did tonight in both of her dances, she executed absolutely perfectly. And I think that that is fair and on par for the level of skill that she came into the competition with and how she has grown every single week. I feel Alona deserves to move on to the next show. I feel like she deserved to be in the semifinal. And I agree with what you said earlier. This is not a Bobby Bones situation. I feel Alona is the people's vote and the people's choice, but she also has skill. So,
yeah, she's got the moves to back it up, which is so like I'm so relieved because
yeah,
I love her and I didn't want to continue to vote for her in good
just
faith.
because I love her. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
But now I can say, yeah, and I have for the last couple of weeks, like I can say I vote for her because I love her, but I also vote for her because I would like to see her win.
Yeah,
So,
and because she deserves it. And I think it was Carrie Ann that said, like, you are the most improved.
yeah.
And she really is. Like, from where she started to where she is now, like, I just my heart is bursting with pride for her.
And
And
she performed two very, very, very strong dances with no problems, no issues tonight. And she's been consistent the last 2 weeks.
yeah, I agree. And I hope that she can keep that energy going into the finals. The finale, as
The
Julian
finale.
said. Blair Wickoff had this amazing comment, and it summed it up perfectly because I didn't even realize this was happening to me, but same. She said, "You know that viral sound? She was a fairy." That kept coming
Yes.
to my mind the
Yes.
whole time. And I was like, yes, that's the perfect way to describe this. She was a fairy.
That's so funny. I love it. Okay, scores. Alona got a 10 from Carrie Ann, a 9 from Derek, which surprised me, and a 10 from Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
Or a 29 out of 30.
It's fine. I mean, it's so hard because, like, I don't think it was a perfect dance, I guess. She didn't do anything wrong, though, but, like, just
Yeah.
it's just so frustrating because the other perfect score I don't agree with.
Well, and then there were no others. And it's
I
like,
know.
what the
I know.
hell?
I know. So I would have loved to have another perfect score. I think Chandler's Foxtrot deserved one. I think Alona, one of her dances deserved it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It was fine though. It's fine.
So moving on to Danny and Whitney's salsa.
No, 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 no. So, okay, we actually need to talk about this because I was so confused.
Oh,
We,
what'd I miss?
Danny went fourth in the first round. He went last in the second round. He and Steven flip-flopped.
That's not how I have it though in my notes.
That's wrong.
Because Julianne went after Steven. Julianne's it was Steven and then Julianne and then Danny. Fine, yeah. He went last.
Right, Danny went last. You said Danny. Wrong, Steven.
Oh my god. I have it right in my notes, wrong like in my other, because in my notes I keep separate, and then I have like the dance styles and all the scores written out in a separate document right next to it. So, okay. So Steven, not Danny. I apologize. Thank you for the correction.
Okay. It was weird because they flip-flopped it.
That is weird.
And I don't know why.
So
There's no reason.
Interesting to digest really quickly. So Cheryl said in her podcast last week that people go towards the end when they're getting a lot of votes. They go last when they're getting a lot of votes. So that's interesting. Maybe it had something to do with like Whitney was involved in a dance or needed more time to get dressed. I don't know.
It was weird.
Anyway, sorry guys. Steven and Riley went next with their tango to Sweet Disposition.
So this is one of those things where when you get the song and the costuming and the production value, magic can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person has a, like, connection to this song, I feel like. It's been in 1,000 movies. It's just such a vibe. It's just something that, like, hits everybody kind of right in the feels. Like, I don't know. And I loved the costuming. I loved the, like, very minimal, like, production that they did where it was, like, just really dark with the uplighting.
Yeah.
I thought it was super cool. Yeah. And, okay, I was panicking at first because I was like, they started off, it's fine. And then we get a little funky, and I was like, what's going on? And then I realized his glasses are sitting cattywampus on his face.
Poor baby.
And then they fall, and Riley yeets them, like, off to the side, which, I mean, amazing save by her. But after they got through that kerfuffle, like, they nailed it, I thought. Like, they had this moment that they did where it was just, like, slow motion almost. It was so impactful. It was so stunning. Like, he came back from, like, the weird, like, I can kind of see, but not really. Like, my glasses are sitting sideways on my head to, like, and he never stopped what he was doing. It just got a little funky, but, like, he recovered so well. I was so proud of him. This was really, really good. I really liked this dance.
Yeah. And, okay, I think this was a powerful dance for him. Of course, there were a couple misses, but again, due to things that were, I think, genuinely out of his complete control this time, it was the glasses hanging halfway off his face where he could probably see out of one eye, and then it probably threw him off so majorly because we know that he already struggles in this area, and then I just can't imagine having your glasses halfway hanging off your face and trying to go for it full out. Plus, I was just thinking the whole time, like, the lights following you, shining on you, like...
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I was just trying to imagine how difficult what he was doing was on top of the difficult choreography already. Mm-hmm. I think had the glasses incident not happened, that this probably would have been a perfect dance. I think that's why Riley was so upset at the end, because she wanted it for him after his kind of really, really rough cha-cha. Mm-hmm. And because I could tell this was a good Steven dance. Just like his contemporary was a great dance for him, and just like his waltz last week was the perfect Steven dance, I really feel like this tango was going to be Steven's dance. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just like, it's like I just wish I could see him do it again because I know that they would nail it. And I think I'm biased towards Steven just because he's so magnetic, and I cannot possibly imagine my life without rooting for him. So, yeah, I don't know. I never even saw, though, some glaring major misstep, like, in his first dance. But it wasn't perfect. There were some mess ups, but he did his best.
Yeah, I mean, golly, I don't even know how he got through it
I
as
don't
well as he
either.
did, but
No idea. No clue.
I think I would have just closed my eyes,
I know.
like,
I know.
honestly. But
And that's
no.
on practice for being able to get through it. Like,
Yes, yes. They're working so hard, and all of them are. Like, I have no doubt that everyone is busting their ass to, like,
yeah.
get to this point. So, all right, scores.
Okay. Steven gets a 10 from Carrie Ann, a 9 from Derek, and a 9 from Bruno.
I'm okay with this.
I am too. I feel like, I mean, after he got 2 8s and a 9, I feel like he needed a little boost.
Yeah, and especially because I mean, it sucks because depending on who this is my Steven bias showing now. Like,
Yeah.
if it were someone else, I might be like, oh, come on, you can't give based off what you think it would have been. But like,
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm like, this really like was a shitty situation, and like he handled it like a professional. Like,
A 10 for effort.
exactly that age old saying.
A 10 for effort. So then we get to the skybox for Stephen and Riley to get their scores. And after they get their scores, Julianne tells us that she is just like watching all these people perform makes her miss her days on the ballroom dance floor. And she's like, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to go out there and dance right now. And she hit us with a surprise third number to Looking for a Man in Finance.
Trust fund.
6'5", blue eyes.
Finance. I thought this was such a vibe.
So fun. I was shocked. I loved it. Everyone else was too.
Yeah. No, I've seen today, like on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, like people posting like still images of like the screen where
Yes.
literally every single person in the skybox is like gagged. Like, oh my God,
Yes,
this is
it's
happening.
so funny.
I loved it. I loved that it was Julianne and all the male pros. It was so fun. Somebody pointed out today, and I don't know who it was because I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
I
at
already
my
know
job,
what you're gonna say.
that they put Sasha and Pasha on these like boxes so they were taller because they are short kings, which I love a short king.
And
so, like,
in the
no shame.
dance, she like walks right past them and like
Yeah.
dismisses them. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my God, savage.
I know. And the guys looked amazing. Her fit was everything. Julianne's bod makes me die. This was so fun. This was so good. I loved it. I loved that they were dressed like bankers. Like,
Yes.
it was just such a vibe. And Val was out there serving
And her,
it up.
oh yeah, Val, and then Jenna even being surprised and Val being like the star too.
Yeah,
of the
they
dance.
they kept this a secret, which I think is so fun. Some people were like, I think some people didn't like it. I think there were mixed feelings, which I mean, that's fine, whatever. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. But I thought this was literally like such a fun, like campy moment, and it was great. It was such a vibe.
More. I want more. Because let me tell y'all, the Huffs will dance circles around everyone else that's left in the ballroom community. And she literally went out there and was like, wait a second, guys, don't you ever forget it. And
Yeah.
I loved that. She literally was like, I just want to let y'all know that
I still got it.
I still run this place, okay? And I'll continue to do so. And so I was like, hell yes. I loved every single second of that.
Yeah, she looked amazing. Her fit, like, she ripped that outfit, whatever you want to call it, off, and I was like, okay, go the hell off.
And
like,
we know Julian's a little out there, but hey, like, I love it. I loved it.
Have you seen the comments that people have made? I mean, they've been making this for years, but that they're Ryan and Sharpay Evans.
They absolutely are. The character
1,000%.
had to be based off of them.
Yes, but I love it. I mean, it's weird and it's a lot sometimes, but I can't not love it.
I mean, just their parents, like, what a smart move. You know, make your kids dance with each other every single day so they're some of the best ballroom dancers in the world. Okay?
Yeah.
Or in America.
Yeah. So that was really fun. I loved that.
I just love
so
that
much.
she says, Steven, can you hold my mic? He goes, sure. And then she ripped off her clothes.
Yeah, and Steven is like geeking. He's like, oh my God.
It was so good.
The like pure shock on everyone's face is just like, it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's just so good. It was such a moment. I loved it.
I need it to happen again. Like,
yeah.
I'll be surprised every time, Julian, I promise. So
Yes.
please do it
Yes.
again.
Yes.
So after that incredible moment, then we had Danny and Whitney. They had their salsa to I Like It.
Great salsa song. The Sean Spicer shirt has entered the
In
chat.
practice, I know. That's absolutely the shirt.
It was crazy. So, and then they put him in like a weird striped and floral version of a, like, it's almost like a
leopard.
Yeah.
It was like lingerie pattern.
Yeah, it was very strange. It was giving Ed Hardy.
Yes, Lisa Frank.
No, not Lisa Frank. Ed Hardy.
Both.
No.
No, you dumbass idiot. It was Ed Hardy.
Love kills slowly, or whatever the hell that shit used to say.
Oh my god, whatever. Ed Hardy had some crazy slogans.
Yeah. But that shirt it's illegal in all 50 states and also Puerto Rico probably. Brie Flosi, I think is how you say her name. She said, Danny said, "I'm wearing jeans and a going out top."
Okay, I looked up Ed Hardy's slogan. Wear your dreams.
Oh. Well, that wasn't a dream for me. It was more of a nightmare, but
it was a nightmare.
At least once they ripped the sleeves off, it was more palatable.
Oh, and love kills slowly. That's the other one.
I told you. My aunt bought me a purse from Ed Hardy.
Oh my God, slay.
One year when I was in high school, she bought it for me for Christmas, and it was like yellow leather, and it said "Love Kills Slowly" on it, and I was like, "Who is this for?"
A Sign of the Times, 2009-10, that Ed Hardy era.
That made it straight into the Goodwill bin.
Oh,
sorry.
I hope your aunt's not listening. Damn.
Anyway. For legal and family reasons, that was a joke. Anyway.
Sometimes I forget where we are. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm like, no one will hear this. No one will hear this. And then my coworker will be like, hey, I heard you have a Dancing with the Stars podcast. And I'm like, you did? You heard that. Who told you?
Okay. Anyway, so enough about me. This dance was one of the examples of the dancing wasn't the best, but the performance quality was through the freaking roof. This was such a vibe. This was a party. I want to go to whatever dance club they were at. Mm-hmm. Like, he did more footwork than I thought. The lifts were amazing. They were so cool. They were perfectly timed with the music. Like, this is Danny's strength. Like, this is his, like, gift in dancing. Like,
and Whitney said that, Whitney said all that in the package tonight. She was like, or last night, she was like, we know that Danny has perfect lifts and we're going to utilize it.
And that's fine. I would do that too. Play to your strengths. Like, you would be stupid not to. Mm-hmm. But they still managed to have a decent bit of content in there. I thought all of his knee slides were really good and smooth. It's just when it's his feet, which now that we know that he's the robotic man, it makes a lot more sense why his footwork is a little bit more of a struggle than other folks. But I mean, still, I thought there was no glaring error where I was like, oh, that was tough to watch. This felt so fun the whole way through. This was truly a performance. I feel like I know exactly that this was lift heavy and not dance content heavy. And that's fine. That doesn't bother me as much because there was content and I felt like it was a good mix and they used the troupe and that was fun. The feeling that this performance gave me made this better than probably like what it was, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I feel that it wasn't his best dance, but it was fun, strong, sexy. Absolutely agree with everything you said about the song. Those lifts were perfectly timed with the pyrotechnics and the music, and it was a really fun watch. Whitney, though, was the star of this dance. And, that's fine because Whitney is literally an AI-generated perfect version of a woman. Like, I am so sorry. Are you kidding me? Like, she looked unreal in this dance. I watched it like 3 times today. So good. So good. She did such a good job choreographing this dance had me excited because this is before elimination. So this dance got me excited for if Danny made it to the finale, because I was like, I really feel like their freestyle would be amazing to watch because it's going to be produced so well. And so this was kind of giving me freestyle vibes, not samba vibes. And it made me think a lot about Nelly's freestyle. And like when Nelly did his freestyle, I think they might have even included this song or songs like it in his freestyle. I was trying to look it up, but I can't find it right now. But anyway, fun, strong, really liked this dance for him. Not my favorite from him, but overall really impressed.
I think Nelly is such a good comparison for Danny, where they both have so many good qualities and they're almost there, but there's like one or two things that are holding them back from hitting that next level. Yep. But they're still so entertaining and enjoying to watch, to watch, that it's like I don't really care. There are some people who can hit every step but can't put on a show, and there are other people who perform their ass off and maybe have a couple missteps or flubs, but like I would pick that one every time.
So yeah, and we've said it a bunch, like Danny's dances are lift heavy, and that's just kind of how, we're at the semifinals now, so there's no changing that. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed last night. Of course, I don't think he's the very best dancer left, but he's doing a good job in the show. He has an incredible partner who is choreographing perfectly for him. So I'm happy for him. So he got all 9s, 27 out of 30.
I think that's a perfect score for this.
I think it was beyond fair.
Yeah, agreed.
And very accurate. Like that feels accurate for that.
No, it felt spot on. I was very pleased with this.
So, after Danny, we moved on to elimination. And all 5 of our couples lined up, and they called Danny and Whitney safe first.
So this is when I got really nervous.
Same.
And it's not because I dislike Danny. Y'all know I love this man. But like, I was like, uh-oh. Oh shit. Like, I love him, but I can still recognize that he's not the best. He's like in the bottom 2. I feel like him and Steven have the least like nuanced dance skills of the people that are left. So I was like, uh-oh, we might be in trouble here. Chat, I fear we might be cooked.
I know. Well, and that's what's scary about it at this point, because all day I've been so anxious over like, who is it going to be? Because I don't know. I was preparing for heartbreak. And so you could
make a case for any one of these people too. So it's not like there's a clear person that you're like, I hope it's them.
Exactly. So after tonight's performances, I thought Steven would go home if someone had to go.
Yeah.
If someone had to go. So Danny and Whitney are called safe first, and then Joey and Jenna, and then Chandler and Brandon.
Yeah.
So then we had Steven and Riley and Alona and Alan as our quote-unquote last 2 left before they told us who was safe. And then, just like last year, everyone was safe, and we have 5 couples. All 5 of our amazing couples are headed to the finale.
So I kind of had a hunch when they announced the finale was going to be 3 hours long. I was like, they're going to take all of them. Like, they just showed us their hand. Like,
and they're going to use every single second of that 3 hours, and we'll have 1 second to celebrate the winner.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But, okay, I think Leah Horde summed this up perfectly, because she said, if there was ever a season that I'd want 5 people in the finale, it's this one.
Yep. I'm right there with you.
Like, last season I was pissed because it was very clear that Allison, as sweet as she was, sweet baby angel, she didn't have it compared to the rest of the people in the finale. But, so I was, like, frustrated that we had 5. I am so at peace with this 5-person finale, even though honestly, if we want to get for real about it, I would go back to a 3-person finale. You have first, second, and third. Maybe 4. First, second, third, honorable mention. Whatever.
And I think if we would have had an election week episode instead of an election, then we would have only a 4-person.
Yeah, this season was wonky with the missed weeks and then the double
Because,
eliminations because we're double doing, like, yeah.
yeah, we only started with 13 couples, and that 5 of them are going to the finale. That's like 30% of who's you know what I mean? It
Yeah,
doesn't really feel like an authentic competition. It does. It does. But
it's more than a third.
yeah, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's too many. But at the same time, on the other hand, I truly couldn't imagine saying goodbye to one of these people.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. The more freestyles, the merrier. And here's what I want to know. I want to know like how you rank them now. Like, because we did this at the beginning of the season where we gave like our predictions on how the season was going to go. I want to know how you rank them, what place you think the rest are going to come in.
Okay, so I'm going to start from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
5th place for me is Steven and Riley. 4th place for me is Janie and Whitney. 3rd place for me is Joey and Jenna.
Shocking.
And 2nd place for me is Alona and Alan. 1st place is Chandler and Brandon. However, I could be convinced of flip-flopping those two if the breeze blows. Like, I'm not, like, ride or die on this. Like, I think that's how I feel about it, but what I think will happen is that Alona and Alan will win, and I am so down with that.
Okay. I feel, okay, here's how I feel. The exact same as you. So I feel, honestly, as you were talking, that's exactly how I feel, except where I say the breeze could blow is Alona and Joey kind of like being in the top 2. So I feel here's what's going to happen. Steven's going to get 5th. Danny's going to get 4th. Chandler's going to get 3rd. Joey's going to get 2nd. And Alona's going to win.
I think you're right.
And I feel Joey and Alona are fighting for the mirror ball.
I think you're right. And I'm okay. Honestly, I love them all, and they've all grown and become just amazing, and like these people that we all love and care about. Like, any of them have a case to win the mirror ball.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Because like, Danny has, I mean, good Lord, we thought he was just going to get out there and do the jerk. So
yeah,
like he's surprised us so much. Steven has gone from just this goofy little guy with no rhythm, no timing, no musicality to nailing some of these dances. Yes. Alona, I think, is the most improved by far. Chandler started a natural but has continued to grow every week. She never let herself plateau and has just, she has made this show, just, some of her dances have been so stunning and just wonderful. And then Joey, he came on here with literally no dance experience as a bachelor, which is like not a good track record for them on this show.
Right.
And it's in the finale. Like, any of them could win, and I would be okay. I would be at peace.
I quite literally, I can honestly say right now, and I hope I feel this way next week when it all shakes out, that I'll be happy with any of them winning. I really think freestyles might change minds.
Yeah.
Freestyles change hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So I am so nervous, but I'm excited because it's going to be a good finale. Next week, they've got a redemption dance coached by one of the judges. I know, but at least it's a dance. So they've got a redemption dance coached by one of the judges and then their freestyle routine. No rules. Then we also will have a special performance from the season 32 champions, Sochi and Val, as well as a duet from Derek and Mark.
Yeah, and also all the former contestants from this season will be coming back with their
Brooks and Glob. Brooks and Glob are coming back.
And the rest of them.
I'm excited to see Reginald.
Except I think they said Anna Delvey is not coming back. I think
she is so done with all of us.
She's toast.
She was like, guys, I don't even want to come back for a second, which that's fine.
Hey, she's entitled to that opinion.
Yes, she is. But yeah.
I'm excited. I have this like terrible feeling at the end of every season where it's like, I'm so excited And I'm also so heartbroken because this means it's over.
I know. I am believing, manifesting, praying, like with every ounce of my being, that we will get a second season in the spring.
A spring season.
Which I just really think we are. So I'm going to choose to believe that.
We deserve it.
We
been
do.
shattering records all season. We have been Dancing with the Stars. TikTok has popped off. Like the fans are back in full force. Like if anyone deserves a spring season, it's us.
I know. Someone's going to come for our jobs though. Like some of these one of these former pros or something is going to get a podcast and they're going to come for our jobs. But guess what? Can't take a job that you don't get paid for. Anyway.
Oh, that was maniacal.
That was really funny, but true. Anyway.
But yeah, so we have one more.
One more for the year.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, well, it's been real and it's been fun. And it's been real fun. Let's not kid ourselves. But we will see you guys next week. And when we are podcasting, it'll all be said and done. What the hell?
That's crazy. Okay, let us know what y'all think. Let us know who's your winner. What are you nervous about? Tell us everything.
We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting us. We could do this without you. We used to do it without you. But it's so much better having you here with us.
And to do it with you. Thank you for being here. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.